Welcome to Camp Handsome, a beautiful place for the convocation of comely men.
Yay, Craig's here.
You guys ready, Craig?
Yeah, I'm starting something.
Craig had a rough life. We'll do a 3, 2, 1, and then Glenn can intro us.
Now, here's your host,
Right.
the
3,
Grammar Club.
2, 1.
Podcast.
Fuck, I didn't know I was supposed to do that part.
It's
No,
the
it's
podcast.
That's
and
what Craig's
the podcast, the podcast is called Camp Handsome. Hello, you have reached the Grammar Club. Please leave a message.
Beep.
that's that's how it works here, I guess. Actually, Shale, you want to take it from here?
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Yeah, probably.
you're the leader, aren't you?
No, this is me this time.
That's what I've been
First-
telling people.
First among
right.
equals, I suppose.
Sean's the boss. Sean's in charge.
I'm bossing everyone around today.
I like it.
Talking about podcasts. So this is the Camp Handsome from May the 6th, which means that we survived May the 4th being with us, and then we also made it through the Revenge of the 5th.
Oh
and
yes.
survived to the 6th. Which is
You know,
the
my
best
favorite
of
thing
me.
that I saw, with that was a picture of Mike Tyson looking like Yoda, and it said, "May the 4th be with you."
Aw.
May the 4th be with
Nice to make fun. There's so many good reasons to make fun of Mike Tyson.
you. Not that one specifically.
No, there really aren't, because he would kill you.
Yes, he would.
So I would just.
Although from Mike Tyson's Mysteries, it seems like he has a pretty good sense of humor about it.
he seems like he's a pretty funny guy. He just has
Yeah.
a lot of rage in him as
Yes.
well. So today we're Camp Handsoming. We have the entire Grammar Club with us. We've got Beefy Thompson.
Hi.
We've got Glenn Case.
That would be me.
We've got Shale Riley.
It's good to be here.
We got Tanner 4105
Hi.
and Ty
It's me.
and Craig, the unofficial member,
Hey.
who is
Say
recording.
hi, Craig.
And
Say
our
hi,
guest today is JoeCam Misa,
Hi.
also known as JoeCam.
Yeah, that's me.
JoeCamnet.net.
No, just JoeCam.net.
JoeCamnet.net.
JoeCam.net is, for a while, was not his website. I don't know if you guys knew this about JoeCam.
And he's got a
JoeCam-
podcast.
Yeah, JoeCam.net was his website, and then it wasn't.
And now it
because
is.
It became something with Joe's on cams.
No, that was JoeCam.com.
Oh, JoeCam, is it still?
Not that
Is
I
JoeCam
know
back?
of, but it was hilarious when it was.
It's kind of like whitehouse.com. Like if you missed the .gov. So yeah, JoeCam, who are you?
My name's Joe, and I am the host of a show called the SML Podcast. And I've
The
known
small, medium, large, right?
someone might listen.
Oh yeah.
Someone might.
Small, medium, large was dead in like the first 5 episodes when Bogue had to stop joining us.
Yeah.
That changed pretty quick.
So it's the someone might listen. I thought there was another incarnation. Like
Scoring more
yeah.
laughs. There's been a couple of names, but someone might listen remains my favorite.
All right, we'll go with that one.
Pretty good.
Goddamn right you will.
And Joe has known everybody here forever except Tanner, who is our baby.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know you at all.
I don't know you either. So hi,
I'm going to get
Joe.
to know you tonight.
Are you wait?
Now
Tanner,
kiss.
are you drinking enough to meet JoeCam? Because that's a prerequisite.
Yeah, I'm on about number 3, I guess.
All right, perfect. That's exactly the right stage of drunkenness to meet Joe.
Yeah.
Joe, you have done a lot of cool things in the video game remixing community over a lot of years. I think we've known each other since about
We've known each other going on 15 years or so right now.
so maybe
Probably
02
longer.
or 03 then. I was
longer
thinking
than that,
like
I was gonna say.
2001. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've
Yeah.
talked about a lot about like how a lot of the Grammar Club has been like in each other's orbits for like
Forever.
since the turn of the century. So anyway, we can talk a little more about that because you were there for the whole time observing from the outside. And what did it look like to you as a super fan the way that all of this has played out over the last decade and a half, with video game music going from an obscure nerdy thing to being just a thing that people don't even really bat an eye at anymore.
I'm just happy that you rap about ice cream cake now. That's all I care about.
We do. That's true.
It
We rap
worked.
about ice cream.
That's right,
Yeah,
too.
we do, baby.
That is
As, right. As well.
I don't know. It's cool seeing so many different friends from so many, I guess, sides of the spectrum all coming together into one giant super group of nerditry or nerdity or whatever you would call it.
It was my idea. Shell takes a lot of credit, but it was mostly me.
I do take a lot of credit.
In fact, this was actually Glenn's idea.
Was it now?
If we're being correct, the Grammar Club getting together to do.
Kind of.
Oh, the new thing, actually. And it
Yeah.
was, I mean, the short story of that is one of my coworkers asked me if I'd ever heard of the rapper called Beefy. And I said, well, yeah, I was in a group with them. and it went from there to, do you think he would play Spokon? And I said, I'm sure he would be thrilled that you would ask. Yeah, I'm sure he probably would do that. And then that evolved into what if we did a Grammar Club reunion, and here we are.
Well,
And then
Beefy,
Shell
did
was
you
like, how can we
play?
make some dollars for this? How can we do
We-
this?
As a matter of fact, we are going to be playing Spokon on August 10th, and you should be there,
But you
JoeCam.
still haven't?
No, it's
No,
coming
No,
up.
man, it's coming
Glenn.
up, baby.
Glenn, how long
This
ago was
is
it
a
that you
year
were
in the
asked?
making.
I was asked months ago, but
And you're still waiting.
Probably right after the last
Yeah, right
Spokon.
after
This
the
isn't
last.
like
Basically
years in the
August.
making.
right
It's like
Spokon
October of last
ended.
year.
right before we started the Patreon.
Spokon ended, and they're like, you know what? We got to get ready for next year. Who do we want? Fucking Big Dick Beef is what we need in this Spokon. He's not available, so let's go with Beefy because he's right next on the list.
Big Dick Beef. Nice.
It's one of my pseudonyms.
So
That should be our hidden track.
JoeCam, if you guys, we've talked about me before because I like to talk about me when I have a microphone and headphones.
I mean, who doesn't like to talk about you?
I talk about
That's
Sean a lot.
Exactly. See, I mean,
To my
I
psychiatrist.
am discussable. We've talked about my status as a lumberjack. Joe is another one. Joe is
Yeah,
also
boy.
a lumberjack, which means he's been to every single MagFest, and he probably remembers them better than I do because I'm really bad at that.
I highly doubt that I remember anything better than anybody.
But yeah, Joe is another one of them. What's your favorite? What's your favorite thing you've ever seen at a MagFest?
Favorite thing ever at a MagFest? Oh,
And not
Jesus.
limited to guests or performances.
Yeah, just what did
Bacon
you
and Taco Bell.
experience?
Oh my god!
Shenanigans are included.
There have been so many. Just
In fact, if you want to have categories, what were your favorite shenanigans that you've seen at MagFest?
do I
There's
have
been some,
did I have to
There's
be
been
a
some
part
serious
of them?
shenanigans.
No, you didn't have to be a part of them. You
Yeah,
could
they,
witness
like,
the
witness.
aftermath.
Yeah.
Aftermath.
Eddie
Isn't
being
that-
rolled away with his fist up in the air yelling Katamari.
Yes,
Yes, that is the best.
Yes,
That
yes.
will forever be in my heart and my soul as one of the craziest moments.
Eddie watches. He watches my music stream, and so I actually get to chat with him every once in a while about music stuff.
Does he
And,
listen
yeah.
to this?
He will tell him to. He's one of our. I'm pretty sure Eddie's one of our patrons.
What
Eddie,
is
I miss
this
you and I
story
love you.
about this Katamari
All right.
fist thing?
So
Hit me with this.
Ibatusai got
Yeah.
wicked drunk, and that's my part of the story. Now it's Joe's turn.
Basically, what was it? It was just basically alcohol poisoning, super fucked up. Cops ended up getting called, and he was wheeled out on a stretcher with his fist up in the air, screaming the Katamari song because he had alcohol poisoning.
Rolling down the hallway, going.
That sounds like a great time.
Na, 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 na,
I
na.
am gonna die.
Right.
Oh my god, my friends, I think I'm gonna go.
That entire Magfest was kind of a train wreck. That I think that was nearly the end of Magfest a few times that weekend.
Yeah.
Because
But,
Like
you
the
know,
end
they
of
got it-
Magfest.
close.
Yeah, they got it under control though. Like there was
Ooh.
the first few, there was every year the potential for it to be the last one.
Yeah.
They, after about 5, I would guess, is when it started to be like more cemented. Like they really had things more under control. People weren't destroying the hotel.
Well, wasn't
so
that
much.
one at 5 or was that 4?
I think that was
I think
5.
that was-
5 was
was
my
it?
first one.
Okay,
And
so
I was there for that.
Because that was
So,
the
yeah.
same year as all the antiquing, wasn't it?
I always get that one wrong. I always picture the antiquing thing as being like 3.
Now, what is the antiquing thing?
Basically,
Antiquing
a bunch
is a
of people
thing-
from the
yeah.
shiz ran up and down the halls of the hotel, antiquing everything they could, just flour everywhere.
It's more elaborate than that. And here's the thing, kids who listen to this, that you should not ever do, which is you should not ever buy a bag of flour and use a shop vac to shoot the flour under the door of a hotel room,
Oh my god! I didn't hear that part. Holy
thus
shit!
making the entire hotel room look antique, as though it were statues. And so I think a lot of people don't realize exactly how much of a mess antiquing creates. It's the goal is you have like negative pressure sucking the flour in because of the vacuum, and you're basically coating the whole room in flour. So don't do that. Like keep your pranks to the not gonna take 6 hours to clean up variety. If you must pull pranks on people. Although I mean it was amusing to us, but
Clearly legendary enough to be a funny story, but I wouldn't have wanted to have been the person cleaning it up.
exactly.
I'm
It's-
like,
that's the
I
sort
remember
of
the
thing-
year after that. I think it was 6 when they broke the elevator. Do you remember that?
Oh my!
The first
Oh, wow.
6, the elevators got broken. One time the
They
elevator
tried to
almost
stack-
ate Brendan.
Yeah, they tried to stack as many people as they could in one elevator until it broke.
Oh my!
Yeah, why was that a thing that
What we're
people
saying
did?
is that
People
a
have
lot
been
of
doing that
idiots
for
go to
years.
Magfest.
And a lot of people drank a lot of Sparks, and who didn't go as idiots were influenced
become idiots.
to become more less restrained with the idiocy. So
Yeah.
mistakes were made, people grew, and there were unfortunate casualties. But nowadays that sort of thing is not such a thing, I guess.
Is it not?
So,
Because it seems
well-
big. It seems huge now. I've never been again, but
I don't.
want
well,
to.
no, Magfest is still a thing. I mean, like wrecking Magfest, thank God, is less of a thing.
It's too big
because-
now.
Yeah,
Is it too much Law and Order now? Do they have like enforcers?
they have the Dorsai come out.
Yeah, the
and-
Dorsai.
and help with the enforcement. One year, as a matter of fact, JoeCam was the security for the concert, and I mean,
God,
Joe was the security for the concert. Like
pretty
not
much.
like-
Well, I
not
think
like
Big
part
Matt
of
was
a
there
team.
too.
Big Matt might have been part of it, and I believe we cared so much about the security that we put Prozac on his shoulders.
Yeah.
To ride around with a guitar solo. But that was also back in the day when security wasn't a thing, because when it was small, it was just all nerds hanging out, mostly having a good time, not like a lot of drama, just some youthful shenanigans. So off of the shenanigans subject, like what's your favorite musical act that you've ever seen at Magfest, and why was it the Smash Brothers?
Honest answer is it probably is a tie between Smash Brothers and the One Ups.
Nice.
Smash Brothers always had a different set every year. It was just a bunch of friends doing pure insane music, and usually letting me be a part of the show in some weird way, whether I'm singing Katamari with you guys or whether I am serving bacon to the masses from the middle of the stage.
That's true. That's a thing that we used to bribe the audience with food, and JoeCam was several times the deliverer of the food.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
That's brilliant marketing.
dude.
Yeah,
Get the
I was
people in the house.
I was the chief
Giving free
server, and
bacon.
Taras was the cook of
The
everything.
cook. Yeah. So, all right. So I had talked to you earlier, and I said that I don't have like questions for you, but I do have a series of topics, and we could probably talk about Magfest all day again, but let's not do that.
Easily, yes.
Let's move on. Let's talk about Overlooked Remix.
Oh God, why?
because Ty runs it now.
Really?
Yeah.
You poor
That
bastard.
All right, that was a good talk. Let's talk about Earthbound and why.
Wait, what's Overlook Remix? Explain it to me.
Sounds like it just got overlooked.
Yeah, it just got
Oh,
overlooked.
baby.
Exactly.
That's the new joke.
I ruined the joke. Edit
Why
this
did-
out,
Way to
Shale.
put it. Perfect way to put it.
Now,
Why
Beefy,
do- why
trust
do
me, you were
people care?
perfect.
Why do people care about Earthbound?
Because the music's amazing, the game is amazing, and it just seems to hold up really well over time.
Is it the game ends like really, really fast? Like you go talk to your friend at the top of the meteor, his hit, and then it's like, see you. And then you
Spoilers.
can't do anything. It's just locked up. There's no game after that.
I was just about to play this game for the first time.
Like
Spoilers.
Shale actually,
My wife-
Shale will
my
back
wife just
me up with.
finished it, like,
He
a
got
month
stuck
ago.
in the
Several
same
times.
place.
There's footage of me on like a long time
Yeah.
ago on my Twitch getting stuck there.
Yeah.
And it's the same place I got stuck in high school the first time I tried to play that game. And I know that you're supposed to go to bed now because I
Yeah.
found that out after I stopped the second time. But
Yeah. So
I'd already
go to
stopped.
bed. It is the secret to
it's
progressing
continuing
and everything.
Earthbound.
Yeah.
That just runs counter to the language of games as you know it up to that point. You go to bed when you have to save and quit. That's the only reason. That's it.
It's literally the only reason.
Or to restore your health. Whatever.
If they want you, the cutscene will put you into the bed if they want you to sleep, is what I find. At least in Final Fantasy VI. That's how I remember.
So
it.
Joe put together Earthbound Bound Together, which was a large project. Joe,
Way back in the day.
long time ago, I recently did a live stream where I showed off a bit of the drugstore sound, and then gave away the sound fonts. What the people don't know is that there may or may not also exist a song that I made using the Sparks cans and the Pringles drum kits that I made, which may or may not be a Mega Man 3 remix. And may or may not, but definitely does have JoeCam singing the entirety of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme.
Oh my god! Do you still have that?
I'm sure I do. I don't throw anything away.
'Cause I remember being at your place and doing that, and we found that it worked out really, really well for some reason. And then you said you were going to clean it up and submit it to OCR, but nothing ever came of it.
Boom, 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 boom.
This is the story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. And I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there, tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air. In West Philadelphia, born and raised, on the playground is where I spend most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing on cornhole, shooting some b-ball outside the school, and a couple of guys up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got one little fight and my mom got scared and said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air." I whistled for a cab, and when it came near, the license was a freshly that ice in the mirror. If anything, I could say that this cab was rare, but I thought, nah, forget it, yo, home to Bel Air. Bling, bling. Up to the house about 7 or 8, and I yelled to the cabbie, "Yo, home, smell you later." Looked at my kingdom, I was finally there to sit on my throne as the Prince of Bel Air. Yeah.
I think I've played that on my show before.
All right, so I have another topic to discuss here. Ohio.
Fuck Ohio.
All
What
right,
about
that's-
Ohio?
That's it.
Ohio.
I like Ohio.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
Ohio's okay.
No, it's what is wrong with you guys? I thought I knew you.
Cincinnati's pretty nice.
Okay, Cincinnati. The only good reason to go to Ohio ever was to pick up Royal Sefton III.
I remember
Ricky Henry?
that, man.
What
That's
about
the only
Ricky
reason.
Henry? Our friend Ricky Henry.
Our
Come on.
good friend Ricky Henry.
Ricky, we need to rescue Ricky from Ohio. Can we do that?
We'll move him to Seattle or something.
It's a really lovely city.
Let's just get him off of I-70. Like, I-70 is sort of the core of the problems, I think.
I don't know. 80's pretty
The
bad
bulk
too.
of my issues is with transportation in general. Ohio is fine. I've never been to Ohio. What is it like?
It's awful.
Yeah.
Is that
is-
the one
it
where
is
it's
just
high in the middle and
driving
round on both
forever.
ends?
It's driving with construction forever.
Ew. That's no fun.
It's
Isn't it
also
also like
Pennsylvania.
and
toll
ever.
roads forever?
Ew, toll
I
roads.
avoid toll roads when I drive, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't,
Sounds a lot
I don't
like
know that I've
Texas,
ever had a big
actually.
issue with the tolls. That's one thing that I'll give Ohio. What's your favorite cat, Joe?
Like ever or out of the ones I have now?
Currently living.
Can I get both?
Yeah, can I get both? I want to hear both. And also,
All right,
I want to
yeah,
hear how
yeah.
many cats you currently house.
Current live cat, favorite
current-
live cat, favorite dead cat.
Yeah, best all time and
Ouch.
current. Best living, best all time.
Also, if you could rank them once you have them.
My favorite cat that I ever had, his name was Nova. He's what turned me into a cat person. I used to never be that big into cats, and the one girl I was dating at the time, Amy, moved in with 2 cats, Nova, and her other one was named The Cheat. Yes, that's how old this story is.
Man.
But those cats made 2 more cats, Obi and Chubby, and when her and I split up, I ended up keeping Nova and Obi. Obi ended up running away. We don't know whatever happened to him, but Nova, we lost him when he was hit by a car. And that one is honestly, like, that shit still hurts me just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like, I loved Nova so much. And
I met Nova. Nova was a good cat.
he was. Shale, I think you met him too.
He sounds familiar.
Because back when I
And
was still
Obi.
living behind the garage, he lived back there with
Yeah.
me. So
I think Obi was my favorite cat of yours that I ever met.
Obi was a goofball. Everyone loved Obi.
Yeah.
And then current cats, Beefy, just to answer your question, I currently own
Thank you.
8 cats.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a lot of them, I know.
We've
Most
got
of them
Is
are
it a
because of my
problem?
mom.
If it's not a problem, I mean, then it's fine. but-
How many of the 8 have WWE names?
Just one. Punk.
Just Punk?
Yep.
Kitty Cat Punk, I like it.
Yeah, we have Piddles, Peaches, Punk, Pork, Bean, Predator, Coltrane, and Potato.
You had a serious alliteration thing going there up.
Yeah, a lot of
except
people.
Yeah.
until you reached the combo breaker.
Is Pork Bean Predator one name, or is that 2 separate names?
Three separate cats.
3.
3 kittens that we all got at the same time.
Pork
Because
Bean
of my mom.
Predator.
Pork and Bean are adorable. They're brother and sister. And then Predator is their other sister, and she's a fucking asshole. There's no other way to put it. She is a psycho. If you are eating food, she will jump up onto you, take the food out of your hand while you're eating, and run away with it.
Guess what, bitch? I'm eating food now. Pew! And she's out. I like this cat.
Joe.
She's I
insane.
get her.
You mentioned your mom.
Yes.
You guys probably don't know, but Joe's mom is also a super fan. She's amazing.
She's
super
loves
nice.
you, Sean. She still talks about you. She misses you. She wants to see you again. She wants you to visit.
How's that, Sean?
Seriously,
lovely.
yeah. it's-
I imagine that's
it's
how
like
it
that.
goes.
How's Sean?
Yeah,
How's
Joe's
his
mom-
family doing?
Joe's mom is amazing.
Oh,
Every time I would
That's
visit
so
you,
sweet.
Sean,
She gave
take
us a-
pictures and send them to my mom, and she's like, "Oh, he looks wonderful, and oh, I miss him so much." She loves you, man. She really does.
I am generally popular with moms.
that was going really weird when you said,
that is a
speaking of
thing.
your mom, and then there was this really long pause for a second on my end anyway. And I was like, this is a weird setup, Sean, but
Speaking
then
of
that
your
turned
mom.
nice. It went real well. Speaking of your mom,
So
beat.
speaking of your mom, how's she doing?
She's doing good.
How's your
She's
sister? I don't see her anymore.
going through some shit with Tony, but for the most part, she's still doing okay.
Fucking
Yeah,
Tony.
they sold the cabin, didn't they?
That
was the
the cabin actually flooded and was bought out by the government.
That's close enough.
Yeah,
To selling it
and then
You got money for it.
when you don't want to,
Well,
and it's just gone.
it wasn't really being used. And then the current house that she lives in, because you remember where the cottage was, how there was a house like directly across the driveway.
Oh yeah.
She lives there
Yeah.
now with my sister and
Okay.
one of my
Nice.
brother's kids that he's a piece of shit and doesn't know how to look after. But the three of them live there, and there's an offer from the government to buy that house as well. But Tony, because he's a piece of shit and dragging his
there we
feet,
go.
she might end up missing out on getting bought out of that house because of him.
Well, they should. Whoa, we lost Tanner. And then
Fucking
came
piece of shit, Tony.
Dang,
He is.
dang, Tony.
Tony's a piece
What
of
a
shit.
piece of shit.
I
You know
I
what?
got along okay with Tony, but
Tony, get your shit right, man. Get your shit together.
3, 2, 1. Fuck Tony.
Fuck Tony. That guy
no,
sucks.
that's that's the other Tony. That's Pud.
No, he's
yeah,
a good
Tony's
Tony.
good
He's a
people.
good Tony.
That's
Tony's
yeah. That's
good-
an
good people.
actual rule. That's
You
rule
guys
number
turned
3
me
of
around on
Minecraft.
Tony now. I'm all right with Tony now. I'm
Oh,
good
Sean,
now.
you would get a kick out
So-
of this. Magfest, Tony gave me one of his guitar picks from Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and it has, you know,
Nice.
the band logo on it, and then on the back is his signature, like in sparkle, glittery, whatever design it is.
How'd he sign it?
And he gave me one, and I was going to give it to my mom because she loves Trans-Siberian Orchestra. So I handed her a guitar pick that just said Tony on it, and she's like, "What is your problem?" I'm like, flip it over, Mom. Flip it over. And then she saw that it said Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I'm like, yeah, that's my friend Tony. He stayed with me at MagFest, and he gave me a guitar pick, and I wanted you to have it
He's
since
so
you left. And
nice.
she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were being just a little asshole for a second.
I don't know why she would think that. I've never known you to.
All moms
be-
like Trans-Siberian Orchestra, by the way.
That's true. I took my mom to see Trans-Siberian Orchestra. And
That's
she
the
loved
only band I could name that my mom actually knows and likes.
it. You guys will get to see Tony. He performed. No, he's East Coast, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah,
Because
The
I got
closest he
to
came to me was
see
like
him briefly.
Indianapolis.
TSO performed in Wilkes-Barre, and I ended up seeing him for like 10 minutes in between shows. I just drove over. I paid for parking and everything just to walk behind the building and chat with Tony for 10 minutes.
It's worth it.
It was.
to see the Tony for 10 minutes.
It was.
That's
I
how
got
you
to
be,
see him.
That's how you get the super
really-
and
it's-
super fan right there.
It's worth it to see his hair for 10 minutes in person.
Oh my God, his hair.
Really, it's amazing.
I wish I
Yes,
had
the guy
hair
has
like
great
that. Well, I
hair.
wish I had hair, but I wish if I did have hair, I wish it was like Tony's.
So, two things. First, we got distracted as we do, and never got a favorite living cat out of you.
Coltrane.
Okay, Coltrane. And second, I discovered very recently that my recording had not started. So
So what's up, everyone? Welcome to the show.
3,
It's
2,
okay.
1,
It's-
podcast.
It's okay. We got Craig.
That's why we have Craig.
Yeah.
I'm only mentioning it now so that it's documented.
Yeah, that's fine.
So that when Shale goes to edit, he's like, "Oh yeah, I got to get Sean's recording from Craig for the first half of the podcast."
So
we
Buttons.
need.
Were you about
I
to
have
say
some
so
more
buttons?
topics
Because I
to
was too.
discuss.
I said
No,
buttons.
that's right too.
so
Though.
buttons.
Joe, what video games are you playing right now?
Oh God. Right now, let's see. What am I playing right now? I actually have a spreadsheet to keep track of all this shit.
That's amazing.
Welcome to the second half of the podcast.
Let's see. Right now, I am playing on Xbox One. I'm playing Aquamoto Racing Utopia. I am playing Forgotten Anne. I am playing Raging Justice. Super Mega Baseball 2. Hyper Sentinel.
Oh yeah.
Bounce Rescue. City of Brass. And Rock Band 4 on a weekly basis. I also have Killing Floor Incursion that I need to be playing on PSVR. That might be it for me.
Oh, you do the PSVR thing?
Yeah.
Tanner,
Yeah, I got
and
one.
Shale have been getting into that.
Nice. What do you think of it?
I think it's extremely good for the price point. I mean, I've played on a Vive before, and the resolution on that's just amazing. But I mean, for what you get with the PSVR, like I got my headset and everything with it, except for the Move controllers for like $200.
Mhm.
So, I mean, when you think about it, like if I was going to build like a Vive setup, I'd end up spending close to $2,000 probably just trying to get a great computer built for it. So I mean, it's a lot of fun. I've been playing Rec Room a lot more recently, and Skyrim. That one's pretty good.
I need to play Skyrim on there. I hear it's a lot of fun.
I mean,
about Skyrim.
baby.
the graphics are not good at all, but
Shocking.
It's still
Because it's Skyrim.
it's still a lot of fun because you're like 3D Skyrim. Like,
Yeah.
it's just great.
Quick question
Did you
for the
guys ever
group: How
run in-
many people
Yeah.
have? How many times have you purchased Skyrim in its various versions?
Only two.
I've
Twice.
done it-
Maybe
I'm
three.
at 3.
I got it once for free.
I got it once.
Just one time.
Yeah.
I'm at least
Or-
twice, maybe
Oh,
3
okay.
times.
I'm on 3 myself because of Shaelsean.
Why? But why though?
No, what?
Because we had the Xbox, we got it for the Xbox One, or we had 360, then we got it for the One, and then she got it for the Wii, or the Wii U.
Oh,
What was the point of
Ty. It's
Yeah.
it's because he's
that? Or Switch,
you're married,
whatever,
aren't
which
you,
one it is.
Beefy?
Yeah.
In my case, it was
Yeah.
the same thing where I had it on the 360. I had it on the 360, but then I wanted the PC version for all of the mods that they have.
Yeah, the mods
Yeah.
are pretty great.
See, but like women are like a huge constituency of the Skyrim fandom.
Yeah.
And if you've got you a nerdy sort of a woman,
Yeah.
it's extremely likely that you have got you some Skyrim in your life.
I
as
got
well.
me a bunch of Skyrim in various versions. But Peggle we've bought like 8 times over the years.
I am
Because
at
they had a DS version.
5 times on Skyrim right now, and it'll probably
There
go
you
up.
are.
Nice.
There it is.
Has anyone picked up the Switch version of it?
I did, and then I had to trade it. Or no, that's the one that got stolen. I had to trade in the PSVR version
Shit.
because our first VR headset broke, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm done with this. I hate Sony. What a piece of shit company." Which, by the way, I hate Sony. I don't know if anyone ever heard that, but it's true. I fucking
That was going to be one of my
hate-
next questions.
Fucking
Was,
hate Sony.
I want to.
how
dive
you
into
doing with
that.
the PS4s? How's your PS4 collection?
Oh,
God.
no, multiple.
I'm on number 7.
Oh no. What?
Number
What?
7.
Yeah. When
What?
Joe has something go wrong, he has it go wrong properly. and in this case, it was the PS4, and I'm familiar with the situation, but I wanted to talk about it because I've never honestly heard anybody have this kind of a train wreck of bad luck with a particular one piece of hardware. It was really, really amazing, to be honest. Watching
the
your pain.
first PS4 we got launch day, and it worked great until the one firmware update gave it that blue light of death issue that a lot of people ran into. Sent it into Sony, got a replacement, and that's when we decided to buy like the 3-year replacement plan on it. And when I talked to Sony support, I was like, listen, does this cover me or does this cover this one system? Because I don't want something to fuck up with this one in less than a month, like my first one, and then be out of $100 for this replacement plan. And they guaranteed me that it covered me and my products, whether I had, just this one or whether I had it replaced again, it covered me for 3 years. And I think we could all see where this story's going, considering how I'm stressing that it covers me instead of the system.
Well, I mean, what kind of warranty doesn't cover the replacement that's given as part of the warranty?
Seriously.
I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
that should really go without saying. I mean, when you get a warranty from a car manufacturer, like if your muffler breaks in 10 minutes when you drive off the lot and they replace it, the warranty presumably covers the replacement part as well. I mean,
But our
but
second one,
yeah, that didn't happen.
our second one, that was dead within a week due to overheating. So we sent that one back. Third one was DOA. It had a bad hard drive, so we had to send that one back. Fourth one, again, like within a month or two, it had ventilation issues. It was overheating again, had to send that one back. The fifth one was okay for, 9-10 months, something like that. And by now we're past the initial 1-year warranty. And I assume that I'm in the 3-year warranty plan. So when this one in the middle of the night started to smoke, we called Sony and they told us that they can't help us.
Or safety issue?
Mhm.
You serious? Holy
So, yeah,
Sony,
we-
get it right, dog. Well, I mean, there goes our sponsorship, but Sony, come on.
We ended up having
It's
to
not
get
going
rid
to
of
affect
it.
the
and
ice cream.
That's okay. I'm holding out for Nintendo.
There you go.
I'm holding out for Nintendo
We're gonna
till
have
the
to-
morning light.
We're gonna have to get a lot more wholesome guys.
I mean Nintendo.
But yeah, that was the
Wow,
fifth
that's
one.
terrible.
The sixth one, I ended up, because I needed one for the show, so I ended up getting the Batman system when that one came out, because it was a good looking system. So I traded a bunch of shit in, ended up getting that one, and then that one was fine until the PS4 Pro came out. I traded that in towards the Pro. The Pro's been good so far. Couple of games get it to sound like a jet engine, but it's still working, it's still running. I hate the PS4. I think it is a garbage system. The only good thing about it are the games.
I've had mine since launch week and no problems yet, but now I'm super nervous.
Oh,
why would you say that out loud?
Fully know that I am in like the fringest 0.001% of people having issues with them.
Yeah.
But
No,
it'll really ruin your experience though, so I get it.
There was an update just lately that ruined. I only know about it because of John Schneke. How do you pronounce his last name?
I think it's just Snake or Snakey, one of them.
Snake. Friend of ours, also from near you. He did a lot of artwork for the community and stuff. But yeah, he had during the one firmware update where everybody's stuff blue screened and Sony was like denying it on Twitter. And there's like, there are hundreds of us.
We are legion.
You need to stop pretending this isn't a thing because we all see you. You're not John Cena. You're not invisible. So, so it's more people have had issues now recently, but yeah, I just remember when all of that was going down, it was really weird, like how Sony acted about the whole thing and how much problems.
Yeah,
That's
and
good grammar,
the
right?
best is that people keep telling me that I'm a liar and I'm making it up. Like, why the fuck would I pay $400 for a console if I just want to shit talk it?
Here's the real question, Joe. Why haven't you got the Batman one back?
Because I traded it for the Pro.
Okay, and the Pro is still working okay. Okay.
And if
This
ever
sounds like a raving endorsement for the Pro, if I'm being honest.
I don't know.
I was
Xbox
thinking
One
it
X
was a
is better
raving
than the Pro.
endorsement for
Fuck
the
the Pro.
Batman.
Xbox One X is better. Games look better. Games run better. I'm an Xbox guy, so that's my thoughts.
So about that, why aren't you going to be playing Friday the 13th with us later? It's because you don't play on PC.
Exactly.
Joe.
You should probably play on PC.
You should probably play on PC.
PC is
I
where
have a
it's
garbage
at.
PC, and I hate playing with keyboard and mouse, so I'm not a PC guy.
Oh,
You can plug a controller into it. It works just
It's
the same.
controller.
That's
That
perfect.
doesn't make my computer not garbage.
Yeah.
Well, you see, instead
That
of
is
buying
the
all
problem
those
with PC
PlayStation
gaming.
4s, I mean, if you take 7 PlayStation 4s, you can put that together. That's like you got a Mega Drive. It's amazing. You got the best computer in the world. dog.
I've been like Frankenstein replacing parts of this computer, and I'm still having issues with it. So by the time everything is all said and done, I probably will have a fresh new computer. I just don't know when.
I can tell you what I did just recently. I got into a better gaming situation because I wanted to play Friday and I wanted to play a few other things. Find a local e-cycler and buy yourself like an off-lease IBM Lenovo machine or like one of the Dell business class machines or something, because you can usually pick those up for like a couple $100, and then you throw like $20 worth of hard drive at it and $150 now worth of graphics card. Thanks, miners. And you've got a respectable system. I've got an i5 system now with like 120 gig SSD and 500 gig hard drive, and a GTX 1050 in it. And
Nice.
I'm not going to play 4K stuff, but I'm not like a PC elitist, so it doesn't bother me that I'm playing only in 1080.
I don't know. I've never been a PC gamer fan. I prefer a console. I prefer sitting on my couch, on my TV, not worrying about compatibility.
Oh, we haven't gotten to that yet, sir. So including all of that and the Steam Link, the whole computer setup I'm only into it for about $350. And I'm playing on the giant television upstairs instead of playing like in the tiny computer monitor in the downstairs computer room. So I'm like, whenever I'm playing like MMOs and stuff, it's on like a 55-inch television, because the Steam Link is amazing, and lets you do that stuff.
It is amazing.
The Steam Link really,
They do good
especially
sales on
when
it
they,
too.
I should probably
Yeah,
get
I picked it up for like $5.
Yeah,
I got it
same
for
here.
10 with.
I thought it was like
icy.
$5 forever, and then it was like $30. I was like, hey, what happened? What going on?
You missed out, is what
I
happened.
sure
sir.
did. Dumb Beefy over here.
But Joe, you've got Friday the 13th on
Yes.
Xbox. Yeah, we got to figure out a way to get it in.
Either everyone has to get it on Xbox so we can play together, or Sony needs to stop being an asshole about crossplay and allow it.
Dude, right. Is that
Gonna allow
on Sony? Because I didn't see the things about Xbox
1000%
being
on Sony.
like,
Xbox didn't want it
Sony.
years and years and years ago when they were hosting all of the servers themselves. And Sony was like, oh, yeah, we could just join your server and you can handle all the cost and you can handle all the infrastructure and we'll just sit back and do nothing. And now that there's a lot more peer-to-peer stuff and that game developers themselves are hosting servers for games, stuff like Rocket League, everybody wants to do crossplay now except Sony.
What's Rocket League?
What's Rocket League, really?
best game, the best one. Why aren't we playing that instead of Friday?
But,
Yeah.
Why aren't we playing Overwatch? Let's play Overwatch.
What's wrong with you?
Because I don't have that, and I don't know how to play Overwatch.
I'll
It's
teach
like
you.
League of Legends. It's hard. You have to learn it.
I'll be
for
your
years.
mentor.
You be my mentor? Will you carry me, baby? Let's do it.
I will
Everybody
carry
change
you.
my mind. We're playing Overwatch now. We're an Overwatch group.
Wow, that was
Grammar Club is pivoting.
That's what? I didn't sign on for
It's
this.
been joined. It's been happening. But why does Sony, what is their overall, why do they hate consumers?
Because they have nothing to gain from it, allegedly. That's, they're in the lead. They're the ones who have the most consoles out there. So what do they have to gain from it? My defense has been, if you are worried about customers buying Xboxes, give your customers a reason to not have to buy one by allowing them to play with Xbox gamers without needing to buy your competitor's console.
Hallelujah!
That sounds good. Amen.
And instead, people are like, yeah, but then that means that people who own Xboxes won't have to buy a PS4, except for the exclusives that are on PS4. We already covered this. PS4 has amazing exclusives. It's just a piece of shit system.
I am legit wanting to buy a PS4 just so I can play God of War, if I'm being honest with everyone in this room, because that looks pretty sweet.
God of
Then you
War
should get
Triple
a
H is out
PSVR.
there with his son, and he's like Triple H-ing it against things, and just it looks amazing.
Triple
Get it so we
H-ing
can play VR together.
Let's all do it.
Yeah,
And then I want to
you
get
guys can get
PSVR
on
because
VR.
of Accounting Plus, just for that game alone.
yes.
I want to play that PSVR.
Is Accounting Plus
good.
on PSVR?
Yeah. Well, so the original one for Steam is still older, but in the one for PSVR, they added a bunch of new levels and stuff.
I didn't know that one was on
Me
there.
and Tanner made a song about it. About they have a secret level that they're trying to uncover.
I don't ever know what happened with that.
They probably
It just fell
they
off the
probably
face of the
succeeded.
earth.
Yeah, I kind of just stopped paying attention to it. But we made a
Same.
song and it was really cool.
Now they got tadpoles in storage. Interest peaked, I can't ignore this. Failed the search, so discouraged. But I know that I'm making them nervous. They want us all out of here. See them all shaking fear. Up in their specially pre-treated atmosphere. Feeling sort of cavalier. Basically a pioneer. Paid to see a clown, but I hear that it disappeared. On my feet, on repeat, and the word on the street is I really don't know what to do. When I try to take that chance, looking for an entrance so I can see ass at the zoo. Like deja vu, attempt 602. On the quest to discover something so brand new. It would be so cool, can't shake that view. That maybe we're the ones that are in that zoo.
Who's that? In the tree swamp peak, better move fast. Cause the crows times 3 ain't accountants. They counting the stacks of the data we gather together to get to the level. Gotta be the evil developers, yeah. Even though we in it eating fecal matter up of a pedestal. And I bet it's off a nap, but I keep knocking on the gatekeeper's door. Like fuck, it's the morning. Now I should've probably slept, but I am burning the forest down on purpose and pouring out a street before these mini prosecutors when quarters out. We hunted you dumb and pure. Are the zoo animals? Us, I could argue you, yes, but I probably do best if I probably just test a few other new theories about it. But serious doubt is appearing as I tear off my headset and I'm looking around like I don't think that I'm.
it, so we're headed right out to the front page. If I have to do it myself, no doubt I'll spoil it for everyone else. Torn Garfield, internet don't need it. If I gotta do it to get in the gang, so be it. And the buzz got us heated, cause the way that we've been treated. Road raging at its finest, but my homies got deleted. Oh, play the bones like the good boys do. Birds leave home when they see bad news. You muse, it's a ruse, dude, I must refuse. Looking through crow trash, hoping for more clues. Yeah, we found a whole bunch, but I know that there's more though. Shouldn't have messed with this VR psycho. Villains, bandits, don't roll solo. Beefy, finalized, unlike the logo.
Who's that in the tree? 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 Who's that in the tree?
Yeah, when I was prepping, I neglected my responsibilities and seeing what our releases were going to be for the week.
Is that our
counting.
Shaelsean?
Well, on Monday we have Radio Chat.
Radio Chad, which came out earlier this week if you're listening to the podcast now.
That's right. In the future past, we released Radio Chat on Monday. And on Wednesday, there's a version of the Elliot Smith cover I did with Ty originally that you have revamped.
Oh, we're doing mine on Wednesday. Okay.
That is the Wednesday I released.
I got that done so early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm really proud of it too. It sounds I like how it sounds. I replaced all of Shael's vocals. It's all me singing entirely. Not that will never happen.
That sounds like a bad idea.
It's not a good idea. But I did sing some haunting harmonies.
Yeah, I like what you did with it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the whole thing you did, the whole arrangement.
The whole arrangement was you can view it on our YouTube channel. You can watch me struggling to learn a song for 2 hours. Because for some reason it just was not clicking for me.
It has a lot of chord changes.
Especially the chorus has those very big, dissonant, weird chords.
Yeah, I threw those right out.
Yeah.
Which is reharmonize the whole thing.
That's a
why is this
choice.
an F sharp 6? I don't want an F sharp 6 here. I'm just going to play the E
Sometimes
flat.
you ever look at something like that and you're like, somebody was angry when they wrote this.
somebody busted out some $5 chords when they didn't need the $5 chords. The 50-cent chords would have been good enough. But no, when you listen to, and I deliberately didn't listen to the original.
That's interesting.
When I did listen to the original, I was like, oh, that's what he was doing. He was just playing some neat guitar things, and it all makes sense now. And I'm glad that he did that, and I'm glad that I didn't do that with my arrangement. My arrangement is a little more straightforward. I did reverse a couple of chords on purpose. But basically it was just, I split the video of the stream into 2 parts. And if you want to watch me struggle through learning a song, watch the first part. If you're more interested in just seeing me lay down the tracks, I laid down all of the tracks in like an hour and a half. And then Cakewalk crashed and I was like, I'm done. So then I stopped. And then I came back a few days later and recorded drums. And it's in my mind, a pretty straight ahead sort of arrangement. But I know from experience that whenever someone else says, oh, it's a pretty straight ahead arrangement, I look at it and I'm like, your brain does not work like mine does because this ain't straight ahead. So I suspect that happens when people look at my stuff too, maybe. I think that's universal. I don't know. But yeah, you're going to get to hear that in 3, 2, 1.
Drink up, baby, stay up all night with the things you can do. You won't, but you might. The potential you'll be that you'll never see. The promises you'll only make. Drink up with me now. Forget all about the pressure of days. Do what I say. I'll make you okay and drive them away. The at the stars, I'll kiss you again. Between the bars where I'm seeing you there, with your hands in the air, waiting to find me because drink up one more time, and I'll make you mine. Keep you apart, deep in my heart, separate from the rest. Where I like you the best. Keep the things you forgot. People you've been before that you don't want around anymore. They push and they shove, won't bend to your will. I'll keep them still.
Oh, okay, he's
Talk
not quite
about,
ready. All right,
let's talk about the
about
Monday
something.
release.
We can.
Yeah.
Let's talk
Let's
about
talk about the
Monday.
Monday. That's Tanner's thing? No.
No, it's yours.
That's yours.
Oh,
It's a
God,
double-
this is my
double
radio-
dose of Shaelsean.
Chatty
Radio
Chatty.
Chad.
Yeah, this is. Hey, Joe, did you know that I'm in the Grammar Club?
Never heard of it.
Okay. Because a lot of people, I think, didn't realize I was in the band until like recently. So yeah, Radio Chat is about our friend Andy. That's it.
That's all
he's
you
a guy. He's a guy named Andy, and we wrote a song about him called Radio Chat. I wrote the lyrics on my lunch hour, and then I also live streamed creating that song. So if you go to our YouTube, that one I think is under Cube. No, that one's under. That was the first Cakewalk with Shaelsean video. So you can watch me struggling to learn new software and writing a song at the same time, which the video is titled "How to Make a Fool of Yourself on the Internet."
Yeah.
And yeah,
One of the ways.
yeah, that's there are other ways. That's just the way I choose to.
It's a subject very close to my heart.
Yeah. So you won't see any of the singing on there, but yeah, I wrote some lyrics. It's about some antics that Andy likes to pull. He only plays as Chad or Jason, obviously, but he likes to get on the walkie-talkies, and he likes to be helpful to the other players by
He's got
offering
this
suggestions.
character voice he does for it. It's like a
his
morning zoo DJ voice.
Yeah, and it's because it's Chad, and Chad is such a like the character of Chad is such a selfish sort of a character, except when he's not. Like there's no fence. There's no it's like he's either super helpful or he's the one who gets out alone and screws everybody. Like those are the only two ways to play Chad. There's no like middle ground for him. But anyway, Andy plays a really good Chad, and he likes to talk to the people on the walkie-talkies. He's really funny. There's no way I'm going to do justice to his character. So I wrote a song about it. And then Shale sang the song, and then Ty sweetened the song. And then I screeched out some harmonies earlier today on the song. And you're going to hear all that, or you already did hear all that.
I think
And I
it's
hope you
really
liked it.
cool when like someone else writes a song and then I hear
Oh, yeah.
because
Yeah, and then-
that's really cool. Like I've only seen that one other time with Ricky Henry that he did the other song, but
Yeah.
I think it's dope.
He made some great changes to it, and Beefy wrote his own verse because I don't presume to write for Beefy.
I
'Cause
appreciate that.
I just can't.
And Ty had that great thriller sort of organ under the bridge where Beefy raps.
Ty added the bridge, which is it is very Thriller-esque.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
I love that part.
and-
The
yeah.
whole bridge is just fantastic. The whole thing is great, but I mean, Beefy really did a great job, and the
And then
thriller
Ty
part that Ty did.
writing the music after Beefy's vocals, because Beefy did not rap over the part that you heard him rap over. Beefy rapped over the verses.
Yes.
And so Ty had to come up with the bridge that would still fit under that. Ty, how was that? How'd that go for you?
Well, you do that all the time too. By the way, you are
Kinda, yeah.
Like, because I usually get the bare bones, and like it's so much fun to see what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do behind it? I hope I like it. I probably will like it. It's gonna be it's always my favorite part of the new songs coming out.
Me too.
It's pretty fun.
I do love hearing everything that we do get filtered through. Everybody it gets filtered through.
I like seeing everyone's demos. Like we're in our chats. Seeing the new demos post, like, oh shit, Tanner's got some. Oh shit, with Shell's got some vocals he's posted up. Shell always posted like all the like WAV files or the like the zip files. I'm like, I can't just quickly play this MP3 on my phone. This is what. Come on, Shell, think about me.
I try to throw an MP3 in there, but once in a while I forget.
It's okay. I'll allow it. But I think it was a dope song, Shell. I think it was a dope song, Sean.
Do we call this?
That was fantastic.
How do we tag it? Do we call it a Shale song? A Shaelsean?
I don't have the grammar. I think it's the grammar.
I guess it's
this one is
Shaelsean.
Grammar Club.
Shaelsean.
It's got 3 vocalists.
It's the Grammar Club.
4 vocalists if you count Ty's fake ones.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm ready. Whenever
we'll tag it as the Grammar Club. We'll put it on the album Live Slow Die whenever.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah,
we're gonna do.
There's a music
video all day,
too.
party never.
Chatty Daddy, we need to hear you on the radio. We found a battery, so come on, tell us where we need to go. Get us together, we will make you fix the car. No. If times were better, we know you'd be a baseball star. When you need to know where Jason is, when you're lost and things look bad, tune in and start listening for Radio Chat. Radio Chat. He's your chatty daddy. Radio Chat. We fix the phone box, make the call, we know your dad's a cop. We check the door locks, we'll buy you time so we come out on top. Jason on Shelly, kneecapping them getaway. Don't be a hero, son, and then survive to chat another day. When you need to know where Jason is, when you're lost and things look bad, tune in and start listening for Radio Chat. Radio Chat. He's your chatty daddy. Radio Chat. He's out here slowly stalking, smashing in no time for knocking. I tune in to hear Chad talking. Midday DJ running from a murderer. Turn snitch, quick call for the cop. Make one wrong move, impaled on the rock. Jason OP to me kinda sucks. Probably got all his powers from the dawning of the equinox. And though things aren't great right now, hiding in your favorite outhouse, by just the sound of that voice, I know I'll be fine and things will be choice. He's out here having my back and making all these killings not seem all bad. CB radio with my dad is taking me back. This is Radio Chat. We'll kill them, Jason, if you can tell us where the sweater is. Tell AJ Mason to find the cabin where the Jason lives. The car is running, hey Chad, that car has room for 4. Well, that was stunning. Here's hoping Jason pulls you through the driver's side door.
Potted
That was
Joe,
great.
is that what you said?
Joe,
I
you've
love
been
it.
a great person putting up with us.
Have I?
Letting us
You
poke
didn't
at
even
you.
ask me about my goddamn podcast, Sean.
We'll have to have him back
That
on.
was-
It's
you
funny
know-
you should say that because my song is
Wait.
about his podcast.
I thought like the first 10 minutes we're talking about your podcast.
You didn't talk about my show at all.
You
thought
literally
we
said
did.
the SML. You asked why I was named that, and then it became
Yeah.
And then you went
Magfest.
directly to MagFest. It was like, what does your show stand? What's SML stand for? Okay, let's talk about MagFest.
My song
So-
is about what
so-
SML stands for.
Well,
So
Joe,
that-
could you tell us about?
Yeah,
your
that brings
podcast?
us to a good thing about I'm clearly a terrible podcast host. So what sort of advice, what sort of things have you learned running the SML podcast for 10 years?
Over 5 years now. 5 years,
Oh, I thought it was longer than that.
376
Feels like 10.
episodes.
Well,
Yeah,
like,
it feels
This
like
is
10.
actually a
Sounds
great
like-
place for it, though, because now, why should people listen to it? What is it you do?
end of this show.
Well, Glenn, thank you so much for asking. The SML podcast is a video game podcast. We talk about video game news of the week. We do video game reviews, frequently have developer interviews or musician interviews. I've been trying to get you guys on for who knows how long, but it seems near impossible to actually get all you guys
All of them at
together
the same
once,
time, yeah.
except for now, apparently. So go figure.
Yeah, we usually can't get all of us.
Yeah,
Like,
this is true.
This is so weird.
and like if there's
Plus
anybody
Backlash
who
is on,
should
I
be
hear.
able to, it would be ourselves. You would think.
You would think.
But
I
No.
know I've played your guys' music on the show a number of times. Sean, you've been on as a guest a few times. Shale,
been
you've
there a
been
few
on.
times.
Glenn, were you on?
I do
Or-
believe I was, yes.
So you've been on, and I've played your music on there. So
I assume
bunch
my
of
invitation has been lost in the Gmails.
yours.
No?
I never
Hey,
really
guys, I
met
told
you
Joe
before
we'd be on
tonight,
his
so I would
podcast.
love to have you on.
yeah.
Ty,
All right, it's booked, baby.
We'll see. I see how it is.
Someday when you earn it.
I love having full groups on the show. I've had Lonely Rolling Stars on together. I've had Viking Guitar Live on together. I've had cats running into my microphone. All kind of fun stuff like that.
I love that band. No?
They're really really good. They're kind of
They're new,
annoying
but
though.
they're fresh.
But yeah, now that I've done your show, it's time for you guys to come do mine.
All right,
see,
okay, let's start it.
All right,
Yeah.
we're coming over right now.
All right,
Next
so
Sunday, baby.
what's up,
Let's go.
everybody? This is the SML podcast. I'm your host. Jim. That'd be great to just segue right into my show right here.
Wait, you can do that when we're on. Like you can have like the end of this one and then just paste it right into yours.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Shale, if you could edit this podcast so that we put this segment towards the beginning.
Yeah, I'll do that.
No, don't do that. or do that.
Or do that,
Maybe-
whatever.
Maybe tease it. Like
M. Night Shyamalan it.
yeah.
Shamalama ding dong.
Make the twist of the
Make it-
episode
make it like
being
a
that
cold
we actually
open.
do ask about.
Like a cold open. It's like
Okay.
SNL, dog. It's going to be great.
Why
Shall
not?
also
We'll do
add
it.
a lot of filters, Timmy. I want to sound like Darth Vader throughout this podcast.
Why though?
I'm gonna
Because
definitely
what
do
I'm
that.
going to say is like, guys, remember when I had that Darth Vader surgery? And then that's what they're going to get the twist. It's like, oh, Beefy had the Darth Vader surgery. He talked about it at the very end of the podcast. Oh,
We got to work on that formant.
sorry. But
Give me that
SNL
deformant.
podcast. sorry, guys. Joe,
right.
SNL podcast. First of all, where do they go to actually listen to it?
Well, you could find us on YouTube. Just search for the SML podcast, or if you follow at the SML podcast on the Twitters, everything I ever do is posted on there. Whether it's the summaries of the episodes when they go up, we make posts about all the games that we cover on there, the guests that we have on. Plus, I do a shitload of giveaways, so you should probably follow me to get free shit. That's always fun.
Hell yeah! How
Is
often
that
do you
something
guys
we
do
should
your...
do? Should we give away free stuff?
Nah, not
You
yet.
should give away
How
free
often?
shit.
What will we give away? We don't have nothing to give away.
I got some
Give-
paint.
Our love.
There you
Yeah.
go.
You
I
can
got a
have
bunch of
this
paper
old
towels.
A date
Piano
with Ale,
tie.
Sean.
I can have my proverbial brooms.
Yeah.
How often?
Proverbial-
How do you guys do? Is it like a weekly show, or how often do you guys do your podcast?
Twice a week.
Twice a week. Oh,
Yep.
beautiful.
That's ambitious.
That is
Yeah.
very ambitious.
And some of those episodes get pretty long, too.
Who's on it these days?
It is me and my co-host Cole Martin, who I don't think you've ever met, Sean.
I haven't.
Yeah. I miss the days when it was me and a friend that I knew instead of someone that I met online. But you know, do what I can with what I got.
We met online.
What'd you say?
But we met online, Joe.
I know, but then we met in person and we've spooned.
That's true. I've run him out of the room with my farts.
And you're snoring. You can't forget that.
And my snoring. That's true.
Don't ever forget. You'll never forget.
Sean, do you remember at the first MagFest when I was like a super fangirl for you?
Yeah, and then I ran you out of the room with my farts.
No, and then I stayed at your place and I woke up with your cat on my face.
Yeah, that happened.
That's where the fangirl kind of ends. It's like, this is just a normal guy.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a dude with a weird cat. Wake up with pussy on my face. It's weird.
Do you remember when Shale Riley broke my door?
One time. One time.
The one time I broke a door.
The one time Shale activated rage mode and Kool-Aid Man through the door.
When was this?
It was towards the end of the match. He was just hiding under the bed. I had it with
the room.
No, you guys are talking. Okay.
No, he really did. He I don't remember what the occasion.
I just didn't.
Why
know
was
to
everybody
open it.
at my house? I don't remember what.
We were having we were coming home from MagFest or something, and it was like a waypoint on the way home from MagFest. I don't know.
Yeah, it was like people were traveling.
No, it was from the barbecue.
I was like, yeah, Warm Up Studios barbecue. That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we're coming back.
I remember that now.
And I pulled off your screen door.
Do you know how birds sometimes will fly straight the hell into a window?
I don't know how.
It works on Shale as well.
With my bare damn
hands.
I forgot about that.
You know,
I just now.
I could see that happening.
Yeah, I saw it happening, and I was powerless to stop it. But it was funny, so it didn't matter. Like there was no permanent damage. You know, we fixed it. It was just, except to Shale's ego, and now we just bring that story out every once in a while.
Yeah, that was brought down years ago.
Like, dude, remember that time you walked right into a door?
That wasn't even the worst time I walked into the door. When I was 10 years old.
I have a similar 10-year-old.
This was around. I was around my birthday. I was going to get I was turning 10, and my dad was going to buy me a Game Boy. And I think we were like on the way to buy the Game Boy. I was super excited. And we were going to Kentucky Fried Chicken on the way to buy the. So that's a good night. But
this is the best day.
It was it was just that magic time of dawn with a light, or their dusk, where the light's a little bit hard to see, a little bit funny, low light. It's not quite dark. It's not quite light, and
so
this
it's
a very,
at twilight.
Perfect door running into it.
So it was just they just cleaned this immaculate, sparkling KFC door. It was just such a finely polished piece of glass. It was as though it was invisible. And I just ran to that restaurant with the exuberance of a fat 10-year-old about to receive a Game Boy. And that was actually a much, much worse closing with the door than the time I broke your screen door.
I'll bet it was, because it probably didn't give anything to you. Like it probably,
Food fest related injuries are the best.
Yeah.
Fast food.
Fast food. Food fest. Well, that's a different thing.
I'm on number 5.
I feel like food fast is how they say it, that's how you say it in Dutch.
Dutch.
Yes, we got the food fast from the trolley thing. Whatever, guys.
Nah, there's not enough cursing. I don't know if you've ever met any Dutch people, but
dude,
there would be cursing.
Shit, dude, fucking. Dude. Oh man, shit, dude, fucking America, man. Fuck, dude, shit, you don't even know. Diggy this.
Yup, diggy this.
Diggy this.
I miss that guy.
He's amazing.
That feels like it was one Dutch person as opposed to all Dutch people, but I feel like I'm gonna let it slide because it was a really good impersonation.
You're not wrong, but it seemed like a representative sample.
I hear Glenn tuning up.
I don't know if you guys remember.
I hear Glenn tuning up as well.
Before Glenn launches into the full song proper, I'd just like to say, in closing, thank you to all the patrons. We really appreciate your contributions, your listening. We do this for you. We couldn't do it without you. And we're doing our pledge drive. It's still May. We're trying to hit $750 so we can keep bringing you 5 days of content indefinitely every week. So thank you so much. If you can become a patron and you're not already, patreon.com/The Grammar Club. With a $10 pledge, you have access to all the songs you hear on Camp Handsome and all the songs that are on our about to launch or perhaps just launched internet radio station, which I'm sure we'll talk about quite a lot more next time. And it will help support Camp Handsome, the Grammar Club, indefinitely. Also, you get the 3 new songs a week with $10. That was it. All right, that's what I was trying to remember. Okay. Good.
All right. Here we
3 songs a week.
Thank you, JoeCam, for being on the show and taking the time to be here. That was
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you so much for having me, guys.
It was good to meet your voice, man.
We are going to be on your show very soon.
Beefy, you got to come on the show. I've played enough of your songs on my show that it's about goddamn time you came on.
Sounds like a plan. It's booked.
And it's a show called the SML Podcast. In fact, JoeCam was our guest today. SML Podcast is a thing. But now I have been wondering just what SML must mean. Sending my love, someone might listen. Suckers must lie, southernmost leeches, soft molten lava, sticky moist larva. So mirrors lie, sort of my loss. Sophomoric man language, simple math lounge, sick modest lyrics, sadistic mode locked, small medium large, socks mid-length, 7 Mary Lee, sandwich meat lovers. So listen to SML Podcast. Go on and tell your grandson. And thank you for listening to Camp Handsome.
Thank you. Wow.
Yeah.
That was an inspired outro.
Yeah.
That was a real good one.
Thanks.
I liked that one.